Hello YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. This is my preseason NBA power ranking video. I'm going to start from the worst team to the best team in the NBA. Obviously this is going to be based on before trades and health and injuries. And with rankings or predictions, that's just a fancy word of guessing. And that's all I'm doing. I'm guessing on the worst team to the first team. And I'm just going to use based on my knowledge of the NBA, me doing my research, and also from all the correspondence that I have on Jerry's NBA Talk TV, I came up with my power rankings for the preseason for the NBA. So without further ado, let's get started. At number 30, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves. The correspondent is PKA18 Sports, aka Peyton Zion Sports. Sorry, Peyton, but somebody's got to be last. It just happens to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. At number 29, I have the Toronto Raptors. The correspondent is Toronto Raptors guy. With them losing Chris Bosh, I just don't see them doing anything this year. At number 28, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Correspondent is You Are All Witnesses 23. They lost LeBron James, enough said. At number 27, I have the Sacramento Kings. The correspondent is Tupac 82. They got some great young players, DeMarcus Cousins. They also have Rookie of the Year, Tyreke Evans, but they just don't have enough to make the playoffs. At number 26, the New Jersey Nets, correspondent from the trenches. Big improvement from last year. They won more games than they did last year. They got a new coach, some new players. You know, I think they'll be an exciting team, but they definitely won't make the playoffs. But a pretty good team. At number 25, I have the Detroit Pistons, correspondents, Detroit U of M8, and Pistons News Reviews. They're getting older. They got a whole bunch of shooting guards and different kind of guards and a lot of players that play the same positions, and I just don't think with that roster they're going to do too much. At number 24, I have the Golden State Warriors, the correspondent, Tupac 82. Run and gun team. I think they play a little bit more defense. Real good nucleus, but they won't make the playoffs. At number 23, I have the LA Clippers, correspondent, Royal French Fry 24. Obviously with Blake Griffin and B. Diddy and those guys, they'll be fun to watch, but they won't make the playoffs. 22, I have the Washington Wizards. The correspondent is Wizards Man 1. Again, they have potentially the Rookie of the Year in John Wall. They have a good nucleus with Gilbert Arenas coming back. Great team to watch, fun. Great on paper, but they just won't have enough to make the playoffs, but a pretty good team. At number 21, I have the Indiana Pacers. The correspondent, Superfry Man 93. Also, again, great nucleus, got a new point guard, got Batman Danny Granger. They'll be a good team, just not enough to make the playoffs. At number 20, I have the Memphis Grizzlies. The correspondent is BJ0296. Again, great up-and-coming team. Really good players with Rudy Gay signing his new contract. Be a fun team to watch, but just not enough to make the playoffs. At number 19, the New Orleans Hornets. Correspondents, AC130 Time 1 and The Craig Show. Chris Paul, obviously the franchise player. His status is still up in the air. I just don't see him being happy with this team anymore. I feel like he'll be traded either right before the deadline or right at the deadline. At number 18, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. Correspondents, Mr. Kelstar from the Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report, and J-Ups Force, my two redhead guys. Philadelphia 76ers, new coach with Doug Collins, great nucleus, good young team, Andre Iguodala, really good nucleus, but I think they're just going to miss the playoffs. At number 17, I have the Charlotte Bobcats. Michael Jordan's team. Really good team. I think they're going to drop off a little bit because of losing Tyson Chandler and Raymond Felton. They'll still be a good team with Steven Jackson and Gerald Wallace. And I have them making the playoffs at the 8th seed. At number 16, I have the New York Knicks. Correspondents, Knicks fan 0407 and Knicks #1 fan. I also have them making the playoffs in the 7th seed. When you pick up a guy like Amari Stoudemire, a franchise player, and then you got Raymond Felton running that pick and roll, they're going to be running and gunning. I think they're going to be a really good team, a lot better than what people give them credit for, and I think they'll be a lot of fun to watch. Number 15, I have the Phoenix Suns. Correspondent, Phoenix Suns, Brazil. Also, great team, fun on paper, but I have them just missing the playoffs. Sorry about that, Henrique. At number 14, I have the Atlanta Hawks. Correspondent, the Atlanta Hawks squad, or better known as Doodoo Brown Sports TV. I got you guys at the 6th spot. Joe Johnson with his big contract. Everybody's coming back. Got a new coaching staff. Jeff Teague, I think, is going to start taking the helm from Mike Bibby. They're going to be fun to watch. At number 13, I have the Houston Rockets. Terrell, 2. I have them making the 8th spot. They'll be really good this year with Yao Ming coming back, even though he's only playing half a game. They got Scola. They got a bunch of guys, so they'll be ready to play. At number 12, I have the Milwaukee Bucks. Correspondent, NBA All Access. I actually have them 5th in the East. They're going to be a good team. It depends how quick Bogut gets back, but I think they'll be definitely an up-and-coming team. Things will be great. It'll be a fun team to watch. Number 11, I have the Denver Nuggets. Correspondent, Denver Nuggets Fan Talk. I actually have them 7th in the West. Obviously, again, like the New Orleans Hornets, their franchise player is up in the air. I see him getting traded either right before the deadline or at the deadline. If he stays and plays out the season, I think he'd be gone at the end of the season. At number 10, I have the Utah Jazz. Correspondent, 3 Simper. I actually have them 6th in the West. Again, really good team. Obviously, any team coached by Jerry Sloan is going to be a great team. They got their nucleus still. The Utah Jazz is obviously missing a couple of players over to the Chicago Bulls, but I still think they'll be good. It doesn't matter who the personnel is. As long as you got Jerry Sloan as your coach, you're always going to do well and compete. And his teams always do great. Then they picked up Al Jefferson. I think he'll do fine, and I think the Utah Jazz will be fine. At number 9, I have the San Antonio Spurs. Correspondents, B-Ball Tonight, and New York Baller 92. Hope you're doing good in school, man. San Antonio Spurs will be really, really good this year. I actually have them 5th in the West. Anytime you got Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker on the team, you always do good, especially if you're coached by Greg Popovich. Look out for the Spurs. Number 8, I have the Chicago Bulls. Correspondents, J-Star 25 and Bulls Talk 23. I have them 4th in the East. Great up-and-coming team. Thing I'm worried about with them is the chemistry. You got Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, and then the new coach that coaches defense. And also, you got Boozer coming off an injury. I think they'll be fine, so you guys better watch out for the Chicago Bulls. At number 7, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. Correspondents, Family Guy Uploader 23X, and NBA All Access. Obviously, they have the franchise player in Kevin Durant. You got Russell Westbrook and everybody else. I think they'd be really, really good. Like I said, I have them 4th in the West. Last year, they were the 8th seed. A lot of people have them higher, but just the inexperience, and as far as them not sneaking up or surprising anybody, that's why I have them 4th. But still, a very, very fun and dangerous team in the Oklahoma City Thunder. At number 6, I have the Portland Trailblazers. Correspondents, NW Sports 100 and Cincinnati Reds 712. This is my sleeper team. A lot of people have slept on this team. I actually have them 3rd in the West. The reason why I've done that because they made the 6th seed last year, and they had a ton of injuries, all the way from Coach Nate McMillan down to Brandon Roy and a lot of different people. If Greg Oden is healthy, and that's the key word, if, they'll be a tough, tough team to beat. They're deep at the center position. They got bigs, they got a good bench, and they got a superstar in Brandon Roy. So look out for the Blazers. At number 5, I have the Dallas Mavericks. Correspondent, Amazing Salamence. I have them 2nd in the West. With their new players and Caron Butler and Brendan Haywood, along with Dirk, Kidd, and Jason Terry, everybody in training camp together, this is going to be a tough, tough team. And I'm telling you right now, I think this team might give the Lakers a run for their money. So watch out for the Dallas Mavericks. At number 4, I have the Orlando Magic. Correspondent, From the Trenches. Record-wise, I have them finishing 2nd in the East. Franchise player Dwight Howard, obviously. Great team. Great deep bench. A lot of experience. And it's a championship or bust for them. So they'll also be a dangerous team and a fun team to watch. They're playing in a new arena, and they're looking to win a championship this year. At number 3, and this is going to surprise a lot of you guys, I have the Miami Heat. Correspondents, Wade 3 Brad TV, the young man from Down Under, Australia, and Master Blaster Videos. Now, the reason why I have the Miami Heat at number 3 is when I say power rankings, I mean the team that has the best chance to win the championship. Now, the Miami Heat, in my opinion, will have the best record in the NBA, East or West. They'll be the best team to watch play, but the next two teams, I just don't feel like they'll beat them. They're going to be a great team, but as of right now, before the season starts in the preseason, I have Miami Heat at 3. Now, that can change. I got to see how their chemistry is, but will Mike Miller hurt and, different things? It just signed Jerry Stackhouse. LeBron and D-Wade and Chris Bosh will do fine, but I'm just worried about their big men and their bench. But we'll see how the Miami Heat does. Very dangerous team, and obviously the team to watch. At number 2, I have the Boston Celtics. Correspondents, Pats turned 50 in 09, and Nicky Icky 24. The reason why I picked the Boston Celtics to be number 2 is because they're the defending Eastern Conference champions. These are a proud group of guys, and they actually gotten better than they were last year. They were a few minutes away from winning the NBA championship. That's the close you can get to winning the championship last year, going to Game 7 and almost winning it. They gotten bigger. They gotten better. They got a deeper bench. Obviously adding Shaquille O'Neal and Jermaine O'Neal. And then they got Delonte West, obviously Nate Robinson, and then one of the best point guards in the NBA, Rondo. And then the big 3, Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. That's a dangerous team. They came back to win a championship. So watch out for the Boston Celtics. They're going to be tough, gritty, and they're definitely here to win a championship. And at number 1, no surprise to a lot of you guys, I have the world champion Los Angeles Lakers. Correspondent, Grun HD. I actually have them finishing first in the West. What more can I say about the world champions? I think they're going for a three-peat. This would be Phil Jackson's 4th three-peat, Kobe's 2nd three-peat. Obviously, he wants to get that 6th ring to pass Magic and tie Michael Jordan. The Lakers have gotten better. I mean, they picked up Steve Blake, Matt Barnes, and Theo Ratliff. They've gotten tougher, deeper, and better. They're still going to run the triangle offense. I believe this year is going to be the year that Kobe's numbers are going to go down a little bit and Paul Gasol's numbers are going to go up. I feel like the LA Lakers are going to three-peat this year. I really do. As for the information that I have right now, I think the LA Lakers are definitely the number 1 team in the NBA. I think they're going to three-peat, and I think they're the team to beat in the 2010-2011 season. All right, guys. I hope you guys like my power rankings. Let me know what your power rankings are. Let me know what you guys think, who the best teams down to the worst teams are. Let me know, guys. All right? Thanks. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.